the people turned away from their sin. Jonah was very upset. He did not want God to forgive the people there. But God cared about the people of Nineveh. God wants even the worst people to turn to him. So if you are Milan, sit back and leave it alone. It's not bothering me. Just sit back.
That bug right there.
So why are you paying attention to that bug? You're supposed to be listening, okay? So let's just knock it off. So even though you may think that you're very, very, very bad, you see what Jonah did, and the people in Nineveh was bad, but God wanted to save them. He wanted them to follow him. So God is always trying to get people to follow him, to be good. So this one said, Jonah runs away from the Lord. A message from the Lord came to Jonah. He was the son of Amittai. The Lord said, go to the great city of Nineveh, preach against it. The sins of its people have come to my attention. But Jonah ran away from the Lord. He headed for Tarshish. It's another city. So he went down to the port of Joppa. There he found a ship that was going to Tarshish. He paid the fare and went on board. Then he sailed for Tarshish. He was running away from the Lord. But the Lord sent a strong wind over the Mediterranean Sea. A wild storm came up.
Wait, why was he running from the Lord again? Why was he running from the Lord again?
Because he didn't want to go to Nineveh. Because it was an evil city. And he didn't want the people to be saved. It was so wild that the ship was in danger of breaking apart. All of the sailors were afraid. Each one cried out to his own God for help. They threw the ship's contents into the sea. They were trying to make the ship lighter. But Jonah had gone below deck. There he laid down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went down to him and said, how can you sleep? Get up. Call out to your God for help. Maybe he'll pay attention to what's happening to us. Then we won't die.
What? That's all they care about?
The sailors said to one another, come, let's cast lots to find out who is to blame for getting us into all this trouble. So they did, and Jonah was picked. They asked him, what terrible thing have you done to bring all of this trouble on us? Tell us, what do you do for a living? Where do you come from? What is your country? What people do you belong to? Jonah answered, I'm a Hebrew. I worship the Lord. He is the God of heaven. He made the sea and the land. They found out he was running away from the Lord. That's because he had told them. Then they became terrified. So they asked him, how could you do a thing like that? The sea was getting rougher and rougher. So they asked him, what shall we do to you to make the sea calm down? Jonah said, pick me up and throw me into the sea, he replied. Then it will become calm. I know it's my fault that this terrible storm has come on you. Instead of doing what he said, the men did their best to row back to land, but they couldn't. The sea got even rougher than before. Then they cried out to the Lord. They prayed, Lord, please don't let us die for taking this man's life. After all, he might not be guilty of doing anything wrong. So don't hold us accountable for killing him. Lord, you always do what you want. Lord, you always do what you want to. Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the stormy sea became calm. When the men saw what had happened, they began to have great respect for the Lord. They offered a sacrifice to him, and they made promises to him. But the Lord sent a huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights.
I thought it was 4 days.
From it, this say 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord, his God. He said, when I was in trouble, I called out to you, and you answered me. When I had almost drowned, I called out for help, and you listened to my cry. You threw me into the Mediterranean Sea. I was in the middle of its waters. They were all around me. All of the rolling waves were sweeping over me. I said, I have been driven away from you, but I will look again towards your holy temple in Jerusalem. I had almost drowned in the waves. The deep waters were all around me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. I sank to the bottom of the mountains. I thought I had died and gone into the grave forever. But you brought my life up from the very edge of the pit. You are the Lord of God, my God. When my life was nearly over, I remembered you, Lord. My prayers rose up to you. It reached you in your holy temple in heaven. Some people worship the worthless statues of their gods. They turn away from the grace you want to give them. But I will sacrifice a thank offering to you, and I will sing a song of thanks. I will do what I have promised. Lord, you are the one who saves. The Lord gave the fish a command, and it spit Jonah up onto dry land. So, the fish swallowing him up, we thought you'd think he would be dead because the fish swallowed him up, but this fish swallowed him whole. So think about it. You lived for 9 months inside of your mom's belly. So Jonah lived inside the fish's belly.
And then he was born again.
And the fish, well,
I get the whole story now because he was born again.
He probably was. I don't know.
Because he changed inside the fish.
He can't. Well, it sure taught him a lesson up in there. I bet you that. It taught him a good lesson up inside that fish.
Grandma,
What?
I made a heart with my chest.
What did you understand what I read in this Bible? Were you listening to me? Huh? What did I read there?
That the guy.
Who's the guy?
Be quiet. You don't ask the questions here.
The guy was mean and God taught him a lesson. So he taught him a lesson by throwing him overboard.
The men in the ship threw him overboard.
Why?
Because what? What did Jonah want to do? He didn't want to go to Nineveh.
Because it was a bad place.
And he got on that ship and paid his fare to get on the ship. And what did God do to the ship then?
He made it go on a whale.
No, he made the sea become very stormy. And the ship was about to break in half. In order for the sea to calm down, they had to throw Jonah overboard in the water. But they prayed first and asked God to forgive them because they didn't want to throw Jonah in the water, but they knew they had to. In order to save the rest of the people on the boat. So they threw him overboard. And he was about drowning, thought he was dead, and God sent that whale to eat him up. Which say down and listen, let's have Bible study. You can't be doing all kind of other stuff and not listening. You got to focus on what I'm saying, okay? You got to be looking at me and listening. So when I ask you a question, you got the answer. But if your mind way out here somewhere, and I asked you a question, you didn't even know what we were talking about. Right? You can't do that. You gotta be listening or talking.
Are these good shorts to wear for Christmas trip?
I don't know. Stand up.
I don't know.
We're probably gonna have to take you to get some knee shorts.
Me?
Well,
Not me. I already have jean
Not you.
shorts.
You might be good. We ain't talking about you.
Yeah, I have like
Oh, no,
thoughts.
she does
Grandma.
have shorts. Mom
Mhm.
got her shorts.
Grandma, jean shorts?
From last summer.
Oh,
No, she got
Grandma,
them
my
at
jean
Goodwill.
shorts don't fit me.
From last summer.
They don't fit.
You got one
Some
pair
of
that's
my
there.
jean shorts were
pair.
from last
I
summer.
said Mom just got you shorts from
Yeah.
Goodwill.
Grandma,
Her clothes are already packed.
Grandma.
What?
So I'm gonna wear the same pair of shorts every day.
You can. Just change your top. Just make sure you ain't stinking.
Okay.
Anyway, Nineveh was a bad, bad city. The people in Nineveh was sinning. And God told them he was going to destroy that whole city. And so see, if you think about it,
Move your foot.
on earth today, God have destroyed cities. He has destroyed people. Put your feet back where you're supposed to have them. He has destroyed. Are you listening? Huh? What did I say?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
that he said God is destroying
Right now, on earth.
He's destroying them right now.
Well, think about it. What happened?
Tsunamis come.
What happened in New Orleans?
Oh no.
The people in New Orleans, all they did was party and did all kind of crazy stuff. And this is today. I'm talking about Louisiana and New Orleans right now today. And they had this street called can't think of the name of the street right now. But people go down there and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. So God brought the floods and flooded the entire city.
Is that what happened in Jonestown?
That's what happened. It happened in Jonestown. It happened in New Orleans, and in New Orleans, a lot of people died. And God destroyed the whole city, and then they built
God
it back.
didn't care.
You know, He cared. He just wanted to get your attention. He wanted to put your feet down. He wanted to get your attention. He wants you to know that He can do what He wants whenever He wants to, and that you guys need to be listening when He
Jordan,
speaks.
you just said put your
Milan,
I'm sorry.
what I'm trying to tell you is, you're going on a mission trip, right? We have Bible on mission trips. And so you got to learn to pay attention, okay? While you're on a mission trip. You have a hard time focusing? Okay, well, maybe you need your medicine on the mission trip. But you're gonna be in Bible study.
Yeah,
You
I have a hard
need-
time focusing too, but I can fight it. I'm focusing right now.
I have medicine for
I
her.
don't need medicine, and I can focus
I have my own medicine.
perfectly well.
Are you focusing, Jordan?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to know, because if I got to take your medicine, I will. Because you need to focus.
But
And
my medicine don't work. It only works for behavior.
And
your
use
behavior
mine.
is not bad, Missy.
But it calms you down.
It ain't. It's a focus thing. It ain't no.
No, my pill that right now isn't focused.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Behavior and it helps you focus.
It's focusing. It's not for your behavior. Your behavior ain't bad.
Sometimes.
No, you're not. You're just unfocused.
Sometimes like that.
Well, every kid sometime have bad behavior. That's why they get their butt cut. So all you need is a good beating. Explain it. Right now, you're focused on me, ain't you?
Yeah.
That's right. And that's the ADHD part. The problem is, look at me. The problem is, you don't get enough eye contact with people. You need to be one-on-one or two-on-one where you can get that individual focus, and you will